Good morning. My name is Jason Hollinger. I'm the preaching and community minister here for Central. And in this morning's edition of Jesus and Coffee, I would like to challenge you with this idea of what does unity look like? This question: what does unity look like, and how is it possible? How can we experience this unity and harmony with each other? And how can we accomplish what God created us for, right? So to answer this, I want to take us to the book of First Corinthians, and we're going to go to chapter 12, and we're going to start in verse 12. And so let's do a little bit of reading. It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, beginning in verse 12. The body is a unit, though it is made up of many parts, and though all its parts are many, they form one body. So it is with Christ. For we were all baptized by one Spirit into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, slave or free, and we were all given the one Spirit to drink. Now the body is not made up of one part, but of many. If the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason cease to be a part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason cease to be a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? Makes sense, right? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has arranged the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, I do not need you, and the head cannot say to the feet, I do not need you. On the contrary, those parts of the body that seem to be weaker are indispensable. Don't miss that. They're indispensable. And the parts that we think are less honorable, we treat with special honor. And the parts that are unpresentable are treated with special modesty, while our presentable parts need no special treatment. But God, again, two of the most powerful words, right? But God has combined the members of the body and has given greater honor to the parts that lacked it, so that there should be no division in the body, but that its parts should have equal concern for each other. If one part suffers, every part suffers with it. Don't miss that part either. If one part suffers, every part suffers with it. If one part is honored, every part rejoices with it. Just as important, right? Now, you are the body of Christ, and each one of you is part of it. And in the church, God has appointed, first of all, apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then workers of miracles, also those having gifts of healing, those able to help others, those with gifts of administration, those speaking in different kinds of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Do all work miracles? Do all have gifts of healing? Do all speak in tongues? Do all interpret? But eagerly desire the greater gifts. And now I will show you the most excellent way. You know we got to get into chapter 13, right? If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have not And if I have faith, that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Love never fails. Oh, 3 times just as nice. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part, but when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. And when I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these 3 remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. You see, when we look at this and we say, okay, how can unity be accomplished? How can harmony be accomplished? Yes, it's understanding that it's not just about me and it's not just about you. It's about all of us coming together and living together in love and looking at the needs of others above our own and seeing that I am not able to accomplish what God created me to accomplish without you. Without each of us working together in concert with one another. Without each of us fulfilling the purpose for which God created us. Without some of us being the hands and some of us being the feet and some of us being the ears and some of us being the eyes. About us realizing that it's not about, I want the best seat at the table. It's not about us realizing I'm going to be number 1 and I'm going to knock down everybody number 2 and below. And it's not about me getting ahead in life, but it's about each of us together working together to live under the Godhead, to live under the purpose for which God created us to live. So here's my challenge for you today. How can you live in such a way that you fulfill God's purpose of unity, of harmony, of looking and seeing ways, of looking and seeing for ways to show others that you want to serve them. You want to love on them. That you have something that God has given you. That together, y'all can work together to form one body. What are the creative ways that you can lead someone to know that love never fails? Oh, I have failed in the way that I promise my love. I'll just admit that. But he's not talking about my love. He's not talking about your love. He's talking about the love that comes from God. His love never fails. Where other things fade away, his love is forever. Because we serve an awesome God. Something to think about. Y'all have a great day. God bless.